Hi, Dahiro. Hi. Hello. Welcome to our webinar. Hi, Steve. Hello. Okay. Can I just check if everyone can hear me and see my chat? Chat with host and panelists. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Hi, Dahiro. Hi from Nigeria. Can everyone see my chat? Can you guys say something in the chat box so that I know if you guys can see my chat, if you can see my screen and if you can hear me properly? Morning. Okay, everything's working fine. I'm trying to figure out how to share the screen because Zoom just did an update and the new update is different from the old one. So I'm trying to figure out how to share screen. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to try this. Okay, can I check if everyone can see my screen? Okay, I'm actually sorry. I'm not sure if you guys can see my screen, but I'm gonna do the introduction really quick. Anyways, this is, even if you cannot see this part, it's not important. The most important part is later when we go onto the charts, okay? So right now, more importantly is that you can hear my voice. So before we start today's webinar, I just want to do a little introduction. Okay, so today's webinar will be a live analysis session, okay, brought to you by IronFX. The whole point of this webinar is to help you guys improve. The whole point of today's webinar is to do analysis together. We're going to go through the charts. We're going to go through looking for setups together, okay, and then we're going to do analysis together. So the whole point of this is so that you can see a different trader, a different kind of style of doing analysis, okay, because there's hundreds of ways out there to do analysis, but today I'm basically showing you my way. So just a risk warning, nothing I shared in this webinar should be construed as trading advice, okay? It should only be taken as educational. It should not be you should not take this as financial or trading advice. It should be educational. Please remember that everything comes with risk, especially trading, especially if you're new here. Please learn how to trade first before you actually jump into trading because it can be quite a risky game. Okay, for those who don't already know me, my name is Cassandra, or you can call me Cass. I'm an external analyst and a prop trader at the award-winning research firm, Advice Fortune Group. We are the finalists for Best Forex and Best Equity Research for 2019, 2020. And 2021. We have not, results for 2022 is not out yet. That's why we didn't post it here. But yes, we are the finalists for these. So agenda for today, we're going to go straight into trading view. We're going to do 3 pairs. The 3 pairs is commodities, Forex, and cryptocurrency. And then we're going to implement our strategy. Okay, I'm going to show you the strategy that I use, and then hopefully you learn something out of it. If it's something you want to use in your own trading style, you can. If not, it's fine as well. This is a learning experience. Okay, so the strategy that I use has a lot to do with confluence. Confluence means I combine things like the channel, the Ichimoku cloud, the moving average, and maybe some golden cross. So I do combine channels, indicators, support resistance, Fibonacci into looking for my trade. Okay, once that is done, right? Once that's done, I will be able to find my trade, and then we will be able to hopefully be profitable. Okay, other than that, I want to thank you guys for joining our webinar for today. Remember, disclaimer, the information in this webinar should not be construed as investment or trading advice or financial advice, any kind of advice, okay? It is educational only, purely education. Okay, so that's it for the introduction. I'm gonna stop sharing this screen. Please analyze. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hi, Summit. Hi. Okay. Sorry. Today I might be a little bit slower with the screen sharing and all because Zoom just did an update and the new update looks very different to me. I'm not used to this. Okay, so give me a moment to. Okay. Hello. Can you guys see my screen? Oh, no voice. Okay. Um, can you hear me now? Yes. Okay. Everyone can see my screen and you can hear me, right? That's the most important. Okay, thank you, Summit. Thank you. Hi, Dahiru. Hi, Tukwasi. Hi. Okay, cool. Everyone can see my screen. Everyone can hear me fine. That's the most important. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move on with analysis. So Summit is asking for, cannot see your screen. Okay, can I just double check? Everyone can see my screen says trading view, right? I'm on a chart right now. Everyone can see that my chart is, everyone can see my chart, right? Right? Okay, I see a thumbs up, so I'm thinking that's a yes. Okay, cool. Everyone can see it, so I can do the analysis now. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 analysis. The first one is XAU USD, obviously, because I always do one commodity, one Forex, and one cryptocurrency. So for XAU USD, which is our commodity, okay, I choose XAUSD. Yes, you can do other things. Nowadays, very difficult to trade in gold. It's very non-predictable. Thank you, Samit. I totally agree. I think what my advice to you would be is that it's not that it's hard to trade in gold. Maybe the strategy that you were using before, right? The strategy that I was using before was not doing well for gold as well. So I have decided to change my strategy. So if you can see my screen, you can see that I have a lot of like lines and waves and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I'm actually now using Elliott wave to do my analysis for gold. So usually I will start the webinar by doing the analysis together. But today, because I'm using Elliott wave, we don't have time to do the analysis from beginning. Okay, we don't have time to do the analysis from beginning. So we need to, I need to already prepare this for you. Okay, so from my analysis of Elliott wave, okay, this is what I think will happen with gold in the near future. Okay, I think gold, let's go back to the daily time frame. I'll explain my analysis. I I personally think that wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is completed for XAU USD. Okay, so XAU USD 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is completed. Now we're starting with the ABC. For those who don't know Elliott wave very well, you might be a little confused. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it as we go. Okay, so after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Elliott wave follows your ABC, and after ABC, it follows a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. So I think price right now is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we go to daily. This is my analysis for now. Like this currently what I think gold is going to do. I think gold is going to come to this 50% level here. Okay, and then from here it's going to bounce. Okay, that's what I think gold is going to do. It may not necessarily happen, but I think this is what's going to happen. So this is my analysis for gold. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with Elliott wave, you'll know that wave 1, okay, which is usually not the longest wave, okay, is usually not the longest wave. So we're now going into wave 3, okay, based on my analysis, we're now going to wave 3. Wave 3 is usually the longest wave. So if this is the length of wave 1, minimally, I think that wave 3 will go here, okay, minimally, I think wave 3 will go here. So this is your potential take profit area for gold. Okay, this is your potential take profit area for gold. So rather than that, rather than using this take profit, I'm not going to use this take profit. I'm going to put a closer take profit. I think the closer take profit is actually around 1953, or if you want an even closer take profit area, you can do you can do 1851. Okay, so when gold comes and pulls back to this area, I do think there's going to be some kind of reaction. I do think this is a place you can consider getting in for a buy. You can get in here for buy it until 1855. But remember, guys, please remember we are looking at this analysis on a daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. That means by the time gold even reaches the take profit area, right? By the time gold even reaches the take profit area, it is going to be a few days, a few weeks maybe, or even maybe a month to get here. Okay, I don't know how long this will take to play out, but I'm thinking it's going to be at least a few weeks because I am looking at the daily time frame. If you want a shorter one, we can go to the 4 hours. I still think this will be the entry. You'll take profit. You can probably move it down to somewhere here. Okay, so that's entirely up to you guys where you want your take profit to be. It can be anywhere along this entire range here, but the entry is definitely in this area. Okay, the entry is definitely in this area. Okay, everyone good for now? Yes, I wouldn't be able to explain Elliott wave in detail today because if I explain Elliott wave, we're going to use the entire hour just explaining Elliott wave. Okay, so instead I'm going to show you the already done analysis, and then you guys can just copy it if you want to copy it. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next chart already. I'm going to move on to the next chart. Does anybody have any requests? The next chart we're going to look at is a Forex pair. Does anyone have any requests for Forex? Can be USD pair, can be a non-USD pair. That's entirely up to you. If you guys have any requests, you guys can just type it into the chat box. I'm going to give you guys like a minute to decide if you have any pairs you want to look at. Okay, we finally got one request from Summit, USD JPY. Steve, EUR USD. Okay. Because I already did the analysis for XAU USD, so we're going to have a bit more time today. So we will be able to do 2 Forex and 1 cryptocurrency. Okay, so let's just look at USD JPY. Thanks for submitting your request. USD JPY. Okay, before we start anything, always remove all the drawings and indicators so that you don't get confused. Let's go on a daily. Okay, now that we're starting on a empty charts, right? Now we are starting on empty charts. I am going to show you guys how I usually do my analysis. Okay, I think, sorry, I think with Summit actually. Summit, I feel like I've seen your name around a lot. Okay, so Steve as well, because Steve, you definitely joined these webinars before. So Summit, I feel like you do join these webinars quite often, and if you do, you would already be very familiar with my trading style. But anyways, I'm just gonna explain one more time for those who are not very familiar with my trading style. Okay, so just give me a sec. Okay, cool. Okay, so for daily, right? Usually what I want to look for in daily is the trend. Because if you know where trend is going, you know what the trend is, the current trend is, it's going to be very easy for you to look for trade. Because if price is going up, you ultimately want to be going in for a buy. If price is going down, you ultimately want to be going in for a sell. Okay, so that's why you use uh, you need to find your direction of the trend. So the first thing you need to establish is whether price is going up or down. So can you guys let me know in the chat box, when you look at USD JPY, do you think it's going up or down? This is going to be a tricky one. Oh, okay. No wonder. No, I know I slightly further. Okay, thank you. Steve is saying slightly further. Okay, no wonder Summit, because I know I've seen your name everywhere. I'm like, how come I see your name so often? Okay, you are everywhere. I do see you in the morning webinars. I remember you very clearly in the morning webinars as well. I just wasn't sure if you were the same person. Okay, so Steve is saying slightly going up. I do see like kind of like a bullish momentum here. Okay, bearish momentum. Okay, there was a channel here. There was a parallel channel here. Okay, and price broke it already. So price broke. Okay, price broke already. So I do agree with Steve that there is like bullish momentum here that has possibly started. Okay, but the question is, it kind of could also just be like, it could be up, down, pull back, then continuation here. But I think it's unlikely. I think it's more likely up, down, and then a continuation up. Okay, I think that's more likely where price is going. So give me a sec to kind of like analyze this chart. Yep, I think more likely it is going to be up, down, and up. Okay, so I do agree with Steve. I do think that it is a bullish momentum, and therefore we should be looking for a buy entry rather than a sell entry. Okay, now that we've established our momentum on the daily time frame, the second thing I want to establish is support and resistance. Okay, so support and resistance. The thing that you want to find with support and resistance is that, okay, the thing that you want to find is that it needs to be as close as possible to current price. Because let's say I put my resistance here, I put my support here, right? It looks very nice because it's a swing low and it's a swing high, but current price is here. By the time it reaches your support or resistance, it's going to be next year already. Okay, it's going to be next year. Okay, so the thing is, you want to find a support resistance that's closer to price. The closest support that I can find is here. Okay, I'll tell you why in a while that I chose this area. Okay, this is the closest support I can find. The closest resistance I can find is here. Okay, so the whole point of support resistances is to narrow down where you think price is going to move. So based on this support resistance here, my forecast is that price is going to move within this support and resistance. Okay, and then based on this trend line here, my forecast is that price is going to move within this support and resistance, but within this trend line by respecting this trend line. Okay, so we kind of narrow down where we think price is going to go. Price is never, it's never 100%, but that's our job, right? That's our job as traders. Our job as traders is not to find 100%. It's impossible to find 100%. Our job as traders is to find the best probability trade. Okay, so now that's the one thing that we found. Let's just highlight this. We'll change this to resistance, and we'll change this to support. Okay, now we're gonna go down to small time frame. Okay, we're gonna see what information a small time frame can give us. Okay, honestly, oh, sorry, I didn't explain why I chose that area as a support resistance. Okay, why I chose this area as a support resistance is because if we see here, we look at the structures of the market, we can see that price came here and reversed, making this area kind of like a significant area. Okay, so it came here, touched this support area, touched the resistance, reversed, touched this support area, reverse, touch this support area. So you can notice that you can see a pattern that every time price comes to the support and resistance, there's some kind of reaction. Okay, obviously not all the time, because in this case price just broke through. Okay, but most of the, like in the past, in this area, you can see every time price came to that area, it kind of reacted off a bit. So there's two things that can happen now. The one thing is that price can pull back to this area once more, then react off here, one, two, three more times. Okay, or it can respect this trend line. But honestly, trend line, the things about trend line is that trend line should always be used as a reference. It should never be used as your deciding factor for your entry and your stop loss and your take profit. Okay, so therefore I'm going to remove the trend line to not narrow down our area so much. Rather, right now my focus is that it may do this. Okay, I'm going to enter here for a buy, and then, sorry, take profit will be here. Okay, that's my current forecast for now. Let's go down to the 4 hours. Okay, so why are we going down to small time frame? The small time frame is to see if there's any more support and resistance that is nearer to current price, that is more relevant to the one that we drew earlier on. Okay, so just because I identified the support resistance here doesn't mean price is going to pull down here. There is a chance price will just pull down here and then continue. There's a chance that price might just continue right now. Okay, so that's the whole point of going down to the small time frame, so that we can identify if we can find something else. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, and then I'm gonna try to look for a closer support and resistance. So I do see a support here. Okay, I'm gonna change this to first support, this one to second support. Okay, that means this is my or possible buy entry 1 or possible buy entry 2. Our possible buy entry 3, 2. Okay, so maybe I would like to say this area is a zone. Okay, this area is a zone. Okay, so come here. You can get into entry somewhere along this line and then go up. Okay, that's now my new analysis. It was at first here, but I now see this nearer one. Okay, so now that we've identified our possible entries, what we're going to do is we're going to try to measure the strength, okay, the strength of this and this area. Okay, we're going to measure the strength of the first support. Why is it important to measure the strength? Okay, think about it. Okay, this is you. Okay, you are walking, you see a door. If you reach the door and the door is so heavy, it's made out of stone, it is locked, it is whatever, there's like tons of boxes behind the door, whatever it is, you're going to have a hard time opening the door. And what are you going to do? You're going to give up and you're going to turn back. Okay, similarly to price. Okay, if price gets here and it finds that this is a very strong area of support, what is it going to do? It's going to turn back. If it turns back, this is where you enter for your buy. But if this is not a strong area of support, what is it going to do? It's going to break the support. It's going to open the door here, continue down, and then maybe here, this is a stronger door, and then maybe here it will turn. Okay, so that's why we need to measure the strength of the support and resistance. Okay. Okay, cool. So how do we do that? Just a little question, because I do see a lot of regulars here today. Can you guys let me know how you would measure the strength of support resistance? Let me know in the chat box so I know that you guys are still following. How would you usually measure the strength of how? No answers coming in. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so the way to measure support and resistance is, yes, to use Fibonacci levels. You'll be using Fibonacci levels to measure support resistance. Okay, so we're going to identify some Fibonacci levels. Okay, we're going to take the swing low of this area, the swing high of this area, and see if it lines up with the first support or the second support. If it lines up with the first support or the second support, it just gives me confidence that the first support and second support definitely has some strength. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the 50% because it's so far away, the 78.6% because it's so far away. I am going to do 23.6% at the 8.2% and see what comes up. Okay, so nice. Do you guys see that? Do you see how nicely the 23.8%, this is 23.8%, lines up with, I'm gonna put this here, lines up with our first support area. And the second support, there's the 38.2%. It doesn't line up exactly, but it lines up close to it. Okay, it lines up close to it. Therefore, this would be an area of support as well. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so what is my forecast for now? Right now, looking at the charts, I would say both the first resistance and the second resistance have strength. So if they both have strength, I think when price gets here, it will have a hard time breaking this area. If it has a hard time breaking, I do think it's going to reverse and therefore you can enter for a buy here. Okay. If it doesn't hold here, most likely it's going to come here and then try to reverse from here. Okay. Okay, so cool. Let me try to see what else I can find. If I can find even more things lining up. Nope, not the best to be honest. Let me see if this lines up. Okay, so there's a little bit more strength on your second support because there's more Fibonacci lining up there. There's another 50% Fibonacci retracement that lines up there if I take the swing low from here. Okay, so right now, if I'm comparing, I would say the 50%, this area, the second support, has a little bit more strength compared to the first support. So if it doesn't hold here, most likely it will come here and then this will be the better entry. So what do you do in cases like this? Usually for me, I'll try this entry first. Okay, I'll try this entry, put my stop loss here. If this fails, I'm going to wait for price to get here and then I enter here for a buy. Okay, because one thing is for sure, I know that, well, I'm not 100% sure, but one thing I'm confident about is that price is going up, right? So if price is going up, I ultimately want to enter for a buy. I know I want to enter for a buy. The question is, where do you enter for the buy? Okay, where do you enter for the buy? That is the question, right? So that's why me personally, my style is that I will try enter here. If it doesn't hit my stop loss, it hits my take profit, that's great, then I'm done for the day. But if it hits my stop loss, I'm going to give it one more try, one more chance. I'll try to enter here and then it hits my take profit and I'm done for the day. Okay, so your entry can either be here or here. Okay, stop loss can be there as well, just slightly below the area. You know how I highlighted this entire box? Ultimately, what you want to do is try to get your entry as close as possible to the lower end of the box. Why? Because that makes your risk to reward so much better. Okay, your risk to reward so much better just by doing that. Okay, so then I'm going to enter this first support resistance area can be our entry, our take profit, but rather I'm going to use this swing high here as our take profit area. You can either use this swing high here or you can use the lower one here. Okay, let me just look at the time frame. No. Okay, I think that was totally fine. This swing high here is totally fine for the take profit. Okay, this area is totally fine for your take profit area. Okay, so this is my analysis for USD JPY, either here as the entry or here as the entry. Okay, that's one. But let's plot the indicators to double confirm or triple confirm what we can get. Okay, I plot the Ichimoku. I think most likely, why is my Ichimoku so light colored? Wait, let me change the color of this. I can't see anything. Is it me? Can you guys see anything? I can't see anything. Why is my Ichimoku so light? Is it my computer? Okay, never mind. I'll just pull out more Ichimokus. Okay. Okay, yeah. You know what, guys? Now that I pull out the Ichimoku and I see this, I'm a bit more confident that the entry is actually entry number one rather than entry number two. Why? Because remember, Ichimoku cloud is a form of support and resistance as well. Okay. The Ichimoku cloud is also a form of support and resistance. Okay, so there's chance price will come here, just bounce off the cloud and go up. Okay, so I'm a bit more confident that first entry is the better entry rather than the second entry. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the second entry. We're just gonna bet on the first entry. If your stop loss hits, our stop loss hits, then that's totally fine. We're just gonna take it that this is the only trade for today. Why? Why I don't even want to consider second entry anymore. Think about it. If price really breaks this Ichimoku cloud and goes to this second entry, based on Ichimoku cloud, price is already on a downtrend. Okay, price is already on a downtrend. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out stochastics and RSI to see if it agrees. I mean, I'm looking at stochastics and I think it kind of agrees with the analysis. Why? Because based on this analysis, this is kind of where price is kind of moving right now, right? Okay. So by the time price reaches here, it would have reached this support on the stochastics and it's time for it to bounce anyway. So I would say stochastics is kind of agreeing with our analysis. RSI, whenever I pull RSI and stochastics out, the first thing I really want to look at is actually whether there is divergence. But I don't see any divergences. So I think we should be good. I think this is quite a high probability trade, honestly. I'm 75% confident of this trade. I'm 75% confident of this buy, actually. So right now, I think this should be an okay setup. Okay, but please take note, I can still be wrong. Okay, I like your trading strategy. It's almost right. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Samantha. That really means a lot to me. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with USD JPY. The thing about trading is that you don't want to overthink. Just get a setup, decide whether you're going into the setup. I'm 75% confident. I myself will probably take this trade. I'm going to enter this trade myself, and then I'll be quite happy whether it wins or lose because I am making my decision based on information that the chart is telling me. I'm not like just guessing. I'm not like I'm not gambling or anything. Okay, so I am quite okay with my decision if I were to get in for this. Okay, so I'm going to look at the next trade, which is EURUSD, requested by Steve. Okay, so EURUSD. I'm gonna remove everything first. Let's start with the daily, sorry. Okay, can you guys help me out? Do you think price is going up or down? What does this look like to you? Are you guys still following? Does EURUSD look like it's going up or look like it's going down? Hey guys. Anyone? Okay, thanks, Steve. Okay, looks like it's going up. Let me see what I think. I do see why you think why you say it's going up because initially price was going in a downtrend, then it started its uptrend, but the problem is now it broke that uptrend again. Now it started to go down. Okay, so let me just look at the charts a bit. Let me just zoom out to have a rough idea. Yikes, man. Okay, I have a rough idea of where I think price is going. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, C. You know what? I don't want to say it, but I think there is a chance price is going down. Let me just look at this one more time. Okay, this is a really long one. Longer one. Okay. You know what? I think it's going down. I think it was going up. I think you were right, Steve. It was going up. Okay, but it looks like there is a possibility that it's going down. Okay, especially with this trend line break. Okay, that's not really a trend line break, more like a channel break. Okay. Okay, there's a channel break indicating a possibility of a downtrend. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some indicators that, yep, I think the downtrend has started. It was on a uptrend. I pull out the Ichimoku. I love using Ichimoku to confirm trend. Okay, so it was initially an uptrend. It broke the cloud. Okay, you can see that it broke the cloud. That is the sign of the start of a downtrend. Okay. Yep, it's a confirmation. It's the start of a downtrend. Okay, let's try to get in on a sell for EURUSD. Wow, I mean, if I hope I'm wrong, but like, let's not involve feelings into this, right? Let's not involve feelings into this. Um, Not involving feelings. I'm only making my decision based on technical analysis. It looks like it's going down, but I don't want I don't want the euro to go down. The euro is already so weak. This is a good time to go to Europe for holiday. In that case, right? It's a good time to go to Europe for holiday. Okay, I don't want euro to go down because I have family in euro. I don't want their currency to go down, obviously. But if it's going down, it's going down. Like, we cannot control the markets. Okay, so I'm going to highlight some support and resistance. I mean, hopefully my technical analysis is wrong, but so far everything is pointing towards down. Yeah, everything is pointing towards down. Okay, give me a sec. I want to like just double confirm this, because if I'm calling it down, I'm calling like this is the start of the sell. If this price just broke the Ichimoku curve, I am expecting a very big drop for euro. Okay, so I want to be very sure about this. Okay, this support is a very strong, is a very, not very strong one, but it's a significant area of support. Okay, I'm fairly confident with my bearish momentum. Right now, we need to find an entry for a sell. Okay, so I'm hoping for a pullback somewhere along here, and we enter for a sell. Okay, so let's pinpoint within this area, where is the sell? Where is the best place to enter for sell? Let's get rid of Ichimoku first so that it doesn't confuse us. don't see a very nice level, to be honest. I try to use Fibonacci to find something. Look, sometimes if the charts don't want to give you anything, it's just hard, right? Okay, nothing. Okay, let me try to pinpoint something. Okay, I do think price is going down. The question is, where is it going down from? Where do we get in for the sell entry? Okay, the only area that, I mean, I see one resistance here, one resistance here. Mm, trying to find a significant area. Okay, I do see this as a resistance, right? But I think it looks like a very, very weak resistance. This area, it looks so weak. Okay, it looks very, very weak. It makes me not want to use it. It feels like when price gets here, it's just gonna break and continue up. Okay, it's not even going to consider this area at all. It's so weak looking, like there's no support, there's no, other than this swing low, this kind of two periodic swing low, nothing else is lining up here. So it makes me want to go for a better area. I think maybe here. Okay, I think maybe here, then here you enter for a sell. Okay, there is a chance it might reverse anywhere from here to here. Okay, anywhere within this box it might reverse, but your whole job is to narrow down. Your job is, number one, find whether it is a buy or sell. Number one, identify whether it's a buy or sell. If you identify buy or sell, you can now make your decision. After you find your buy or sell, you need to find the area where you think your entry is going to be and narrow down the area of entry. So I think the sell is somewhere around this box that I highlight here. It's just where. Okay, so along this box, the only one that I think is like strong enough or significant enough is the 61.8%. Okay, so this is going to be our possible sell entry. I'm immediately not very, very confident with this trade, but let's just see how this goes as we make the analysis. 50%. Okay, stop loss, I'll put it here. Take profit will be here. Okay, I'm calling for a very big. Okay, I think if this is really the start of the downtrend, it's going to be very big. It can go very low. Okay, it can go very low, but we are not trying to catch the whole thing. I am a day trader. I never try to catch the whole thing. That's just being very greedy, I think. That's just being very greedy. Okay, so instead you can enter here and maybe take profit back to this area. That is not significant, or you can take profit, yeah, either here, here, or here. I'll just give you the safest one. That means this trade is not, definitely not something you will look for today. It may be tomorrow, it may be what, okay? If you dare, okay, if you dare, okay, I'm confident that there's going to be some kind of pullback, okay? The question is it going to pull back here and reverse, or is it going to pull back here and reverse? Okay, so if you want to, honestly, you can enter here for a buy until here, okay? But there is a chance it might not even reach it, okay? You can enter for the buy, but it may not even reach your take profit area, okay? So do be cautious. I think the safest bet is to enter here for the sell and then play it to here. Okay, so that's my analysis for now. That's my analysis for now. Let me pull out the indicators to see what the indicators are saying. Honestly, it can just come here and reverse, right? But like this is just not a strong enough reason for me to believe that price is going to reverse here. Remember the analogy that I said. This is you. You are walking to the door. Okay. If the door is heavy, it's made out of stone, it is so heavy, blah 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 blah. You are going to give up and you're going to turn back, right? Okay. But right now, this door that we have identified doesn't even look heavy. It looks like it's made out of wood. It looks like it's unlocked. So the chances are it's just going to break, come here, break this area and continue to go up. Okay, so that's what I think. I may be wrong. There is a chance that this is strong enough and prices go up. Because the other thing that you want to take into consideration is that even sometimes the door is heavy, it's locked, blah, blah, blah. If you are someone who goes to the gym, you have very strong muscles, you can break the door open. Okay, same for price. If the bullish momentum is so strong, it's going to break this door. Okay, if the bullish momentum is so weak, it's so weak when it comes here, even if this door is a light door, it might just drop. Okay, because it's so weak, it doesn't go to the gym, doesn't eat spinach, doesn't eat the vegetables, no protein, whatever, and then there's no momentum, there's no volume, is so low, it might just come here and just turn back. Okay, so not as confident as the last analysis, but I do think it's a sell. Whether it's a sell from here or here, I would always take the safer one. This is a safer one. There is a chance if you take the safer one, you might not even get into the trade. Okay, so take note of that. But other than that, let me see. Let me see what else I can like kind of pull out. Let me see if there's another entry that I don't see. The 50%. Okay, guys, I'll be very honest. I know I have a strong feeling price is going to reverse within this box area. I just cannot really pinpoint where. So if you guys want to enter this trade for the sell, just know that it's a very huge area that I cannot really pinpoint because of the market structure. Okay, the market, this structure, this like weird pattern here isn't really telling me a lot of things. It's not giving me a lot of information. I can't get an exact point. Okay, so in this case, the only thing I can tell you is that USD, I'm 80% confident that it's a sell. Okay, entry is a huge area, can't pinpoint. Okay, so that's the only information I can give you. Other than that, I really cannot pinpoint a exact number of where it's going to turn. Okay, so other than that, I'm going to move on to my next trade, which is ETHUSD. Okay, let's see. Ethereum is on a downtrend based on these two indicators. There's an M pattern. Whenever you see M or W in charts, it can be a lot of things. It can be a double top. It can be your, what's that pattern called? Let me find it. Not gun, sorry. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, never mind. Okay, but anyways, when you see an M pattern, usually it follows by something. Okay, it's either a reversal or a continuation. Right now, this kind of looks like a double top to me in a way. So this being the neckline. This is going to be an easy one actually. Okay, so if price breaks this area, I expect it to go down. Okay, if it doesn't, I don't expect it to go down. Okay, indicators already agree with us. The indicators came up just now, and it kind of agree that it was like a sell. Shimoku Donchen channel. Yep, not on the daily time frame, but on the 4 hours, we could see that it's already a sell on the 4 hours. Okay, so I'm gonna just straighten this out. This one is waiting as well. Okay, what am I basically doing for Ethereum is that okay, the thing I'm going to do with Ethereum is that if it breaks here, we're going to play a breakout, wait for price to retest, then come back here. Okay, that's your take profit area. Okay, that's your take profit area. Yeah, so the only thing I have for Ethereum is that I'm calling for breakout. It needs to break this area to satisfy the requirement. Other than that, let me see if there's any more signs that's showing. Okay, I think that's the only thing I can give you for Ethereum. This is just a very, very rough analysis. Obviously, I mean, the other way is to call for a buy. Okay, the other way is to call for buy. I could see a buy happening, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna give you another analysis for Ethereum. If Ethereum doesn't bounce from here, that means that sell analysis just now would come in play already. Okay, so I do think there's a possibility for a buy because I do see quite a bit of support here, and I'm sure if I pull out the Fibonacci, something will be out. Okay, so I do think there is a possibility for a buy at the 38.2%, which is here. You can play a very, very, very tight stop loss. Okay, a very tight stop loss, and then play it all the way up. Okay, if that doesn't happen, that means it's a breakout. Okay, basically, if it hits your stop loss and goes further, that means Ethereum is going down. Okay, but your best, now you have two options. Number one is you play the buy or you play the sell, right? The sell is that your buy didn't work out and then you're going in for the sell. Okay, so for the buy to not work out, it needs to hit your stop loss. And then when it hits your stop loss, you need to wait for it to pull back. At the pullback, enter for the sell. If it doesn't pull back, do not enter. Okay, do not enter. Okay, but other than that, I do see the very slight possibility of a buy. I would say for this, I'm like 53% confident that it's a buy and like 47% that it's sell. Okay, maybe I'm a bit more to the buy. Sorry, maybe I'm a bit more to the buy. Okay, this is my ratio for where I think price is going. I think here there's a 60% chance that it's going to turn back. If it doesn't, mean it's going to be a sell already. Okay, so that is my only analysis for today. You can't see anything. Sorry, I just saw your message. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize my screen wasn't sharing. Okay,